What is going on, everybody? We're in Lincoln, Nebraska, just outside Memorial Stadium. Nebraska got it done 80, or excuse me, not 80, almost put up 80, 68-0. That's exactly how it should look like. It's been a while. It's been a while since we took care of business against an inferior team like that, right? It seems like every single year, Nebraska will play Northern Illinois, we'll play Northern Iowa, we'll play UTEP, and we'll win the ball game, but it'll be ugly, it'll be sloppy, it will only win by 20, 25, 30 points. That changes this year. This is what I told you guys yesterday. I said, we're coming for blood, right? We have all the expectations of the season. Matt Rule, personal vengeance, right? Does not like Akron's head coach. All the storylines with us not playing up enough against Cincinnati. Like, this is our coronation day. And they did exactly that, man. I mean, we'll talk about the game in general and all of the specifics as this live stream progresses, everything we did well, the things that still we need to clean up, the things that we need to improve. But I mean, it all starts with this offense. The offense was absolutely electric very early on. The only thing I'll say, the red zone play calling was not great. We at one point in time, I think we were 1 for 4 in the red zone scoring touchdowns. So other than that, man, like Nyziah Hunter had a really good start to the ball game. Dylan Raiola he set his career passing yards record for passing yards in one game. I believe it was 350. Jacory Barney had 130 yards through the air. Emmett Johnson averaged 10 yards a carry. 10 yards to carry. Quinn Ives also averaged 10 yards to carry as well. So the entire offense was clicking on all cylinders. The offensive line played very well. Dylan Ryle was not touched the entire ball game, right? Starts with the tackles. I thought Teddy Prohaska played very well. You're not going to hear about that. Like, people aren't going to talk about Teddy, but he had a really good game. I thought even the interior played really well. The only offensive line I thought struggled a little bit with Justin Evans, but other than that, the offensive line was doing great. I mean, well, pretty much the offense was dominant, and that's what you expect, right? That's what you would expect. That's what it should be for a game like this, going into Akron, playing a MAC team. It feels like, again, too much. We'll play teams where we should beat them down like this. It doesn't happen. So that tells you the mindset change, that we're taking every single game seriously. And I know that seems corny to some of you guys, like, oh, we shouldn't treat this game as seriously as Michigan. But this is the result. Okay, would you rather beat Akron by 70 points like we just did, or beat them by 35, which we would have done previous stats, right? I would rather be in by 70 and show that we're going to treat this game as seriously as all the others. Okay, offense was phenomenal. Defense. I mean, there was some good stuff. I mean, there was a lot of good stuff. There were some things you need to clean up. We'll talk about that. But once again, the secondary was phenomenal. We limited Akron on the day, I want to say, to about 60 passing yards. So for 2 consecutive ball games against Cincinnati and against Akron, we have limited the opposing team to below 80 passing yards. That's unbelievable. I don't know the last time that's happened for Nebraska football. That is an unbelievable statistic. The linebackers play well. Tom McCullough got some pressure today. Bitten Shavers, he didn't play too much, but he made some plays as well. I thought Marcus Watson Trent bounced back. Buda Wright made some plays. And I thought the defensive line, man, like, the defensive line definitely improved. Again, it wasn't defensive line perfect. Absolutely not. Like, there are some areas in it where, like, it's still the pass rush. The pass rush, we only had, I think, 2 or 3 sacks on the entire day, which against Akron, that's not really acceptable, right? Like, we should have probably had around 8, 9 sacks against Akron. But again, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? The run stopping was phenomenal. They had no gaps to run through. We had a couple breakout players. Like I was telling you guys yesterday night, I made a video and I was talking about Cade Petchuk, and I said, watch out for Cade Petchuk because he's going to play a lot tomorrow. And man, he was one of the best players, not only on defense, but this entire game, right? He had a game-changing plays, had a nice stop on the 4th down, had a nice safety. So Cade Petchuk played well. I thought Jalen George had some good snaps. Even Elijah Judy wasn't even that bad today. Elijah Judy had some good playing time. So, I mean, just overall, I mean, it hit on all cylinders, right? The only thing I'll say, again, was the pass rush. That was a little bit disappointing. Oh, I got to talk about this real quick. I got to talk about this. Yeah, TJ Lateef. What I tell you about that young man? I mean, the second he gets in the ball game, the fan base is going to fall in love with him. I mean, when he made that juke, he should have got that touchdown, by the way. They should have gave that to him. But when he had that juke, it was a little step back juke once again. That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. Yeah, TJ, the fan base, they're going to really gravitate toward him pretty quickly. The only thing I'll say is, if Dylan Raiola ever has a tough game, which probably will come at some point, whether it's against Michigan, whether it's against Michigan State, whether it gets Penn State, okay, a bad game is going to come for Dylan. When that happens, I'm just preparing myself for the Husker fan base to start saying, oh, we need to see TJ. Like, now we're not there just yet, but yeah, TJ's dynamic. He's the future. But I will say this, I didn't want him to play that good, because if you go out there and you throw for 3 touchdowns as a backup quarterback, you're going to have teams start calling for you. Okay. So I wanted TJ to look good, but I didn't want to look that good because he played very well. But at some point, when you're playing well, you get a little risky because teams are going to start calling you in December trying to get you to transfer over there. So I thought TJ Lateef played well. I mean, look at the backup running backs had a good day. Like Emmett Johnson obviously had that nice breakout run. Emmett did what Emmett should do. But you go to the backups, that was the big storyline going into this ball game. Who could really break out there? Mekhi Nelson, I thought Mekhi was all right. He was all right. There was a couple nice plays of him in the passing department, the receiving game, but in the running game, I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns on the day, so he played all right. I'll give him that. Oh man, Isaiah Mozee did not get any snaps in the first half, which I was very surprised at. But Isaiah had a nice little running catch as well, had a nice return in there, and then even Quinn Ives got involved. So the running backs look good, but again, it's tough to say. Like that's the one thing that I'm gonna rewatch this game tonight. And the one thing that I always have trouble with when we're playing these MAC teams or playing FCS teams is yes, we dominated and yes, we look really, really good, which is awesome. But we should also consider that today we probably played the worst FBS team in America. The Akron Zips will probably only win one game. So I know we're all feeling great right now. I don't want to bring it down to the but we should always take a little this with a little bit of grace up. We did not play a spectacular team. We did not play a good team. We did not play an average team. We didn't even play a bad team. We played a horrific squad today. So again, it's nice to win. You should win in that fashion against horrific squads, but do take that everything with a grain of salt. Just because, okay, yes, the said player played well, but will he play well against Michigan? Well, we don't know. We got to dive in the film to see that. So that is what I'll tell you about that. Hold on, I got to get the super chat here. Hold on, let me pull up the super chat. Once again, I get a lot of comments. If you guys want your chat read immediately, hit me with a super chat. My man Brad, I like your last name, Brad. He said Nebraska checked up all the boxes of concerns. Backups looked awesome. Completely agree with you. I mean, one thing I like too, these younger guys. It's one thing to be a backup, but it's one thing to be a backup and you're a true freshman or you're a redshirt freshman or you're a true sophomore, right? Because those are the guys with eligibility left. Those are the guys who are going to be here for the next couple of years. So obviously, TJ checks that box. Isaiah Mozee played well. Mekhi Nelson played well. But you even go to the receiver core. I thought Cortez Mills had some good snaps, even though he wasn't targeted that much. What you guys probably didn't see on television was there were times where Cortez Mills was open. They probably could have got it to him, right? So Cortez Mills had a good game. I thought Quinn Clark played well. Hold on, sorry, waiting for a car. This traffic, it's Lincoln traffic. People don't know how to act. Again, I thought overall a lot of these young pieces play well. Well, there's a Cade Petchock. I wanted to see some more true freshmen get in the ball game, like a Bryson Weber, even. But I was really impressed overall with the depth of this team. The only thing I'll say this too: the special teams played well. Did we see Archie Wilson punt once today? We might have saw him punt once. I don't remember it. Archie Wilson might have only punted once, but kickers look good. The only Chris Malvano had a kickoff though, and that went about how you'd expect that to go. Yeah, he kicked it right out of bounds. I don't get what Tristan Levant, man. I don't get it. Something's wrong in his mind. Something's wrong with his mindset. It's really all internally because he's a very talented kicker, but just I can't explain it. Can't explain it with Tristan. But yeah, I mean, checked a lot of boxes. The depth looked really, really good today. All right, let's get back to the comment section here. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit out of breath. Oh, you guys are saying Archie didn't punt once. Okay, I thought he might have punt very early on because we stalled out in the first quarter. The first quarter was not very pretty. I mean, well, let's just get that out of the way real quick. When we talk about things that aren't great, because the whole game was great, but the first quarter was not very pretty, particularly on offense. Obviously, we drove down the field. I believe it was the second time we drove down the field, and Emmett Johnson fumbled on the 1 yard line, which just can't happen, right? Just can't happen. I'll give the defenders credit. He made a really, really good play, put his helmet right on that football. It's going to happen, right? That's a bang play. Any running back in the country could have that fumble just like he did, right? It's very hard to grip that football and not give up that fumble. But at the same time, with Emmett, he's had fumble issues a little bit before in his past. We can't have that this year at all. So I agree with what the coaching staff did. Like, he had that fumble at the 1 yard line. He didn't play a snap on the next series, right? The coaching staff made it very clear to him, like, I know you're running back one, but if you fumble, you're going to get benched. So I like that mindset. But that was unacceptable, even though, again, it was a bang play. I'm not holding against him. And then really the only thing, and I'm going to watch this second I get home, the only thing I was really disappointed with was that third drive, or it might have been even the fourth drive, where we were inside the 10-yard line and we had a 4 and out. We went for it on fourth down, did not get out the 1 yard line, and we did not get a touchdown. Like, you can't get stopped by Akron in that department. But again, what it could have should. Like, I'm trying to try. I told you guys my mindset of this team. Like, I'm going to critique a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit hard on this team because simply I have very high expectations. But overall, I mean, it's hard to critique anything about this game because we were really, really good. Somebody just said Michigan lost. Wow. Michigan lost. What was the final score, Brian? Yeah, I don't know if I love that from a Nebraska standpoint. Okay, because of course we play them in 2 weeks. We want to win that game, and I was hoping that Michigan wasn't as good as expected. It looks like that's the case, but at the same time, I also wanted Michigan to be ranked in that game to give us the hype, give us the motivation to have that game. Obviously, it's already on national television, but sometimes it's better when those teams are ranked. So Brian says Lateef is not transferring. I hope you're right, but it's tough, right? I mean, when you're a quarterback and you know that Dylan Riley's going to be a starter next year, and you got a 5-star coming in, Trey Taylor, and you got all these expectations, and you go out there and ball out as a backup, you better believe you're going to get calls. So I agree with you that in my heart of hearts, I think TJ will stick around. But for you to go in the comment section and say he's not transferring for a fact, you don't know that at all. Anything can happen, right? The transport, it's crazy. And I've seen crazy things happen already doing this job being a YouTuber, right? I mean, I never thought Dante Dowdell was going to leave in a million years, and guess what happened, right? Guess what happened? So. But yeah, that's interesting though that Michigan lost. I mean, gives me hope that it's more realistic that we can get the win though. Gives me hope. But I would have rather had them win in a sloppy game and not be that good, but still win, so we could have that ranked victory. In fact, if we do beat them in 2 weeks. But my big question is, man, if we beat Akron by literally 70 points, let's just call it what it is. It was 70. We put up 70. 68 doesn't matter. We put up 70, right? 70 burger on their head. If we put up 70 points on Akron's head, what are we going to do to Houston Christian next week? That's my big question. Like we might have to bench Raiola after the first quarter because it's going to get out of hand very quickly. But again, I don't think they're going to go as hard next week though. Like it'll be kind of they'll treat it a little lighter. They'll treat it a little lighter. They went very hard this week because I knew they had to clean up all the Cincinnati mistakes, and they knew that obviously they had personal business with Akron's head coach Joe Moorhead. So yeah, man, I'm wondering what they're going to do next week because it was crazy, man. It was crazy what they did today. But again, Dylan played well. There were just times I thought Dylan would overthrow some silly balls. Again, the one ball that I think Dylan really struggles at, and it was in the Cincinnati game, and it was today. It's the back shoulder fade ball. Like there were a couple times in particular Dane Key, where they want to get to Dane Key with this back shoulder fade ball, go up and get a jump ball, right? And Dylan overthrew it one time, he underthrew another one. There was one where the receiver made a great play to come back to the football. It was very much underthrown. I think it was Jacory. It was a big deep shot to Jacory, and it was underthrown, but Jacory made a good adjustment and get back to it. So that's like the only throw that I think Dylan needs to work on is that back shoulder fade ball, right? It's a very touchy throw, but other than that, man, like he looked great. There was that one play to Dane Key in the end zone where he was just scrambling out of nothing. Nothing was there, and he found Dane Key. I mean, just a perfect pass. That was the best pass of his career so far. So I thought Dell was lights out. Could not be more proud of him and his performance today. And that's exactly what we need to do. And I was talking about that yesterday where I said, when's the Dylan Riley it game going to happen? Okay. When's it going to happen? And this wasn't necessarily the it game. Yes, he set a lot of records for himself. Obviously, the most passing yards in the game. I think he had 4 touchdowns as well. Like he set a lot of records. But we can never look back on this as the eight game simply because it was Akron. It was a nice step in the right direction, and it's going to give him confidence going forward that okay, you can do it, against Michigan or Penn State down the line. So I was really, really impressed with Dylan, and of course, I was impressed with TJ. I mean, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked if you know anything about TJ Lateef back in California at Orange County Lutheran, you're not surprised by this, right? He's a winner. TJ Lateef is a winner at heart. Like he's going to do whatever it takes to win whether it's through his legs, through the arm, making tackles if needed. Like again, TJ Lateef is a bona fide winner, so I'm very excited for his future. But I hope he sticks around. I want to see Marcus Davila out there for a series. No, I saw enough of TJ. I knew what he was. I wanted to see Marcus out there a little bit and see what he could do. But again, I was very much impressed with the quarterback play. Again, the wide receivers look good. Honestly, we need to have a conversation really quick. What's the deal with Carter Nelson? Like that's what I was really surprised by. What is the deal with Carter Nelson? Because he did not get I believe he did not get a snap in this ball game until the second half. Okay. There were a lot of snaps of Haarberg, a lot of snaps, of course, of Lindenmeyer, who played very well. Again, look, Lindemeyer's great. But what's going on with Carter Nelson? Because I'll be very honest with you, he did not have a good fall practice from everything I heard. It was very clear that Luke Lindenmeyer was tight end one, but I just don't know why Carter Nelson's not getting more reps, especially when they hyped him up all week long and they said, okay, he's going to replace Janiran Bonner. Yeah, but he didn't run with the ones at all. He didn't get any snaps. He didn't get any run. So again, there's really two explanations to why Carter Nelson's not in the ball game. Number one, they just don't think he's good enough. Or number two, they're still kind of worried about his injury situation from earlier, of course, when he had his hip injury. So that's the only things I would say about Cardinal. I'm surprised he didn't get more reps because I wanted to see him out there, but he really didn't play. So it is what it is about him. I thought that again, defensive line played well, secondary's lights out. Again, Sear, I don't think Sear was targeted the entire game again. I think this is the second consecutive game where they did not target Sear right one time. So I don't know. That was very much surprising. Or not surprising. That was very much dominant. But again, the secondary was great. They couldn't pass the football at all. They literally couldn't do anything. So hold on, we'll get to the super chat again. We'll get a lot of comments in here. I'll try to get to your guys' comments. But again, if you want your comment read immediately, put in the super chat. My man, Steven, it's good to hear from you. It's been a while, my man. He says, how do we keep Lateef maybe ranked this week? Well, I'll just tell you this right now. Get this out of your mind, Steven. We are not going to be ranked. We are not going to be ranked. This does not move. This does not move the voters. Like we might go up in the. We might get some more votes, right? We might because I think we were like 35th in the country according to the votes. Like we might go up to like 32nd in the country. But beating Akron was not going to move the needle, right? We're not going to move up 10 spots because we beat Akron by 70, right? As much as I'd love for us to move up, that's not going to happen. As for your first point, how do we keep Lateef? I mean, that's a great question, right? I think it's very cool. Well, there's two parts to it. Number one, you got to lay out the plan. I'm sure he already knows the plan, but you have to lay it out to him very obviously and say, "Hey, TJ, okay, you will be our quarterback after Dylan. It's bona fide. It's your job as long as obviously you don't do anything crazy. It's your job." Okay, so make it very clear to TJ that again he is in place. He's the successor, and also secondly, you got to do is pay him money, right? Very simple, right? Because there's going to be teams there. I always say this: transfer portal teams are incredibly desperate. They will do anything it takes to get talent. So I could very well see, I'll just throw out a team like maybe a Fresno State. Fresno State gets their hands on a couple dollars, right? And they say, "Yo, TJ Lateefah's playing well. He's a kid in our own backyard from California. Let's pay him $1 million to come over here," right? Nebraska has to match that, or Nebraska can say, "Hey, it's in your best interest to stay." So again, there's just no perfect answer, and again, that's a conversation we could have at a later date. Like we shouldn't be worried about that right now, but I mean, at the same time, we should probably always be worried about it because that's modern day college football. It's about having talent, but it's also about retaining talent. Okay, we got the talent, but how do we retain it long term? Well, that's a big question that we're gonna have to figure out. But yeah, my man Eddie, what's up? Everybody subscribe to Eddie. He does a great job covering all of college football. He says, "Sup, Wilson? What a great win. Glad you're on site for it." Absolutely, my man. Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. I mean, it was a great atmosphere, right? Like that's what you expect in Lincoln, Nebraska, coming off of a big win against Cincinnati. But it was like a sellout crowd. Light show was awesome. The drone show was awesome. So, but yeah, great atmosphere. It was really happy to be a part of it. I'm not going to go next week though. Again, I go to usually every single home game, but I'm not going to go next week just because it's 11 a.m. It's Houston Christian. Like we're going to beat them by 80, right? So we'll be back in the studio next week for the post game live. Um, let's get back in here. Let's get back. Hold on, I'm trying to weave through the comment section. I saw something I want to respond to, and I lost it. This guy says, unfortunately, TJ will leave once Trey Taylor gets to Lincoln. I mean, Trey's a great quarterback. Trey's my guy. I talk with him every now and then, but I mean, I think TJ's better. Both are great quarterbacks. Both are great quarterbacks. But I'll tell you this right now, okay? When Trey gets on campus, Trey's going to be a true freshman. TJ's going to be going into his third year, okay? TJ should win that battle. And that doesn't mean Trey's not a good quarterback. Trey is going to arrive on campus good enough to start. But when I've had a conversation with Trey Taylor before, I asked him about this before he was committed to Nebraska when he was still considering LSU. I said, "How much does playing time affect where you're committing?" And he said, "It absolutely affects it, but if I have to go sit for a year, so I'm going to do that." So it's not a deal breaker for Trey Taylor to sit on the bench. Okay, it's not. And TJ Lateef is going to be a better quarterback at that point in time as a third year player rather than a first year. Okay, in my opinion, the only time you should really start a true freshman quarterback as a competent program, if you are a winning program, the only way you should start a true freshman quarterback is if they're literally like the guy, like they're number one in America, top three quarterbacks in the country, right? Like Dylan was, right? If you're a competent program, you probably should have a guy ahead of them because just simply put, as a true freshman quarterback, no matter how good you are, you're going to have some flaws. It's going to have some learning curve. So we know that from Dylan because Dylan was not a perfect quarterback as a true freshman, despite being a 5 star, right? So I would much rather have TJ in that scenario though. If I were to be real with you. My man Brian, hope you're having a good night. My man Brian, he says, is it too early to think of Raiola as a Heisman candidate? Yeah, I don't know about that. Again, it was a great win. It was a great win, but it was Akron, guys. I think he was phenomenal. He was lights out. Hey man, if he keeps stacking performances like this, I mean the Heisman race is wide open. Like who would you guys say on paper right now is the Heisman favorite? Because Arch Manning, I mean obviously Arch Manning's not very good. DJ Lagway, oh what did he do? What did DJ Lagway do today? Lost to South Florida. That's a conversation for a video. We might talk about that in the video because I'm looking at my man CJ Brown to get back to Lincoln. Get back to Lincoln. Commit back to Nebraska because you're wanted here and you're not going to win football games in Florida. Anyways, that's a conversation for another day. But anyways, again, it was Akron. It was Akron. So it was Dylan Lights Out. Absolutely, he was. But we just played the worst FBS team in America. So it's hard to take away a lot. Like he played great, but will he play great against Michigan? We don't know, right? We don't know. We'll see. But I will tell you this: if he struggled today, it would have been a huge red flag. He says we will have Dylan, TJ, Dayton, and Trey. We will not have Dylan because when Trey gets on campus, Dylan should be in the NFL. He will go to the NFL draft. So we will not have Dylan. We'll have three of those guys though. You're right. This guy says Joey Aguilar. Oh, these are the Heisman leaders. Devin Dampier's a dog. Yeah, Sawyer Robinson's a dog. He had a good day for Baylor. Yep. Yep. You're probably right. I don't think Joey is, Joe. No, he shouldn't be. Tennessee, man, absolutely not. Um, it's so odd that even with the shutout, I'm still very concerned about the defense. I mean, what are you concerned about necessarily? I'm not concerned really about the defense at all. The only thing I'll say about the defense, like I feel great about the secondary. I feel great about the linebacker core. I mean, I guess the only thing I'm worried about is the pass rush because we didn't get enough pass rush today. We got what we got 3 or 4 sacks when it was all said and done. So again, that was probably the only thing that when I'm rewatching the film, I'm going to specifically look at the pass rush. It didn't even feel like we got a lot of pressure. Um, yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't get it with Cameron Lenhart. That's somebody I just wish was better. I wish Cameron Lenhart was better. I wish he was better getting the quarterback at least. Yeah, let's do that. Yep, let's do that. Um, Maryland struggled again. How did their quarterback look? Did anybody watch that game? I got their quarterback in fantasy, so that's why in college football fantasy. Let's see. Husker fan, my man, Husker fan. He says, "How much did Mozee and M. Nelson's performance give you faith in the running back core?" I mean, I wasn't like necessarily super impressed with Mekhi Nelson, and I know again the stat sheets looks great for him. Like I'm sure, I think he had 3 touchdowns on the day. I could be wrong. It was either 2 or 3. So the stat sheet looks great for Mekhi Nelson. I wasn't like super impressed. Again, he has all the traits. It's all the traits. Like he is speedy. He does have a really good build on him. He can break some tackles. The only thing around Mekhi, and I kind of saw that again today, was just he has trouble when you're in the pocket and you for a split second, you have to find out where to shoot through, whether it's A gap, B gap, go out wide. He has trouble with that. He has trouble with the little intangibles. So I don't know. Again, it's wait and see on him. And Isaiah Mozee looked really good, but when Isaiah Mozee is at his best is when he's catching passes, and that's what we saw today, right? He had that big play where he broke off a big one. Um, when he was going off the sideline, I think he got out of the 10-yard line. He went like literally a 30 or 40-yard reception, but that was off in the flat when he caught that, right? So Isaiah Mosee's great catching passes, run for catch, but is Isaiah Mozee as good going through the tackles, right? And breaking the tackles of a defensive lineman who's 300 pounds. So again, it doesn't give me a lot of faith. Again, they both played well in their separate instances, but once again, it was Akron, right? And there are some still things they need to work on. I didn't see enough of Isaiah Mozee today. I was very disappointed with that. Again, it was clear they wanted to give Mekhi Nelson a lot of run, and they did exactly that. But Isaiah not getting like any formal snaps until the second half, I think that was unacceptable. I thought was really unacceptable because Isaiah Mosee's dynamic. He's incredible. So again, he had a good day, but we didn't see enough of him. And I wanted to see some other running backs. Like, I wanted to see Kenneth Williams get some snaps. I mean, we saw Quinn Ives, and Quinn Ives actually played pretty decent. Quinn, I think he had 3 carries for 30 yards, and he had a touchdown in there. I want to say. So again, I thought Quinn played well. So again, it's tough. It's tough to judge, though. It's tough to judge. But again, we'll have another week. We'll have another week to see it, and then we'll have an honest conversation going to Michigan, what the expectations going to be going forward. Let's get back in here. Hold on. So I thought Ives looked bad. I mean, the stat sheet looked good, man. Again, it was 3 carries, 30 yards. Cameron Lenhart is a no-show once again. Yeah, I don't get it with Cam. I don't get it. I mean, I don't want to be too hard on him because he's a good guy. He's a black shirt through and through. But I mean, for him to come on the scene as a true freshman and get a black shirt very early in his career, and for him to start very early in his career, and for him really not to get any pressure against Akron, like if you can't get pressure against Akron, you're not going to get pressure against anybody. So if I'm at this point with the defensive line, I am very, very adamant who the three stars should be on the defensive line. Okay. You should start Riley Van Poppel, Keona Davis, and Williams Nwaneri. Okay. I mean, very clearly off the first two games. But instead, they choose to start Elijah Judy and Cameron Lenhart. And I just don't get that. And this is the problem I will say with the staff, and the staff does this too much. They have a strong seniority bias. Okay. Where if you're a senior, and especially when you've been with this program before, they're going to start you. They're going to start you, even if maybe some younger guys are playing better, right? You could even go to the linebacker core right now. Like Vincent Shavers should start on this team. There's no question about it. From what we've seen of Vincent, he should start. But he's not starting because there's two senior linebackers ahead of him who've been here for a while, right? One's been here for a while, one's been at George Southern for almost. So again, that's a whole different issue, though, I will say. But I thought Quinn played well. And again, this is a guy. This is coming from a guy who, or well, we're talking about Cameron Leonard, but going back to Quinn Ives, this is a guy was very hard on Quinn Ives in the offseason. I was hard on him because in order for you to be a running back to a Nebraska, I think you need to be very good. You need to be incredibly dynamic, break tackles, be a smart running back. So I was hard on Quinn Ives. But for him to play very well today, like I'll tell you, I thought he played well. Where was Nwaneri tonight? Nwaneri played well. I thought Nwaneri had a great day. I don't know if it showed up on the stat sheet necessarily, but he was probably the only guy who got pressures today. So Nwaneri had a really good ball game. I was very much impressed with Williams. I thought again Williams, Nwaneri, and Cade Petchock were the only guys who could consistently get pressure today. So yeah, I thought he had a good day. I don't think he had a sack, but he had a good day. Thoughts on Rashawn Singleton tonight? I thought Rashawn played well. I mean, he was flying to the football. He was flying to the football. I mean, that's exactly what you'd expect from Rashawn Singleton. I mean, I've been telling you guys since January, I think he's the best player on potentially this team, right? Maybe not this team, but this defense for sure. That's exactly been the case so far. I thought Rashawn had a really, really good performance. What's your record prediction for this year? I mean, I said nine wins early on, and right now I'm perfect. I'm 2-0 on my predictions, which I mean that's not a flex or anything. Anybody with a brain predicts Nebraska to beat these two teams, but I'm still sticking with 9 wins. I think we're gonna end up getting 9 wins. I think we'll lose to Michigan probably still. Like even though Michigan lost today, I think that's still gonna be a very tough game for us, and it's still gonna be tough for us to beat a team in Lincoln, but a tough team like them in Lincoln, I should say. But yeah, I'm gonna still say 9 wins, which is a very good year, but it's not good enough for the playoffs, unfortunately. D-line looked a lot better. Akron receivers. That's a great point, Gavin. That's a great point. I wanted to mention that. The secondary was awesome, but we got bailed out a lot because Akron, man, they dropped everything today. I want to say like they had 6, 7, 8 drops the entire ball game. It was egregious. I've never seen anything like it. So there were times where the quarterback, we get some pressure on the quarterback, he'd roll out, put the ball pretty much on the money, they drop it. Right. So that was unbelievable. I mean, we've been kind of lucky these first two games. We blocked the field goal. They missed the other field goal with the doink. Like we kind of got a little bit lucky recently. So for whatever reason. I want to see more of that guy that pushed 58 into the. You said who pushed 58? You mean Pritchett or who's 58? Ashton Murphy. Is he Ashton Murphy? I think it's. So I don't know what you mean by the second part. This guy says Michigan lost. I know Michigan lost, but Michigan's still a very good team. Michigan's still a very good team. Let's not judge Michigan off one game. They play. I mean, I didn't watch the game. Obviously, I was at this game, but I'm sure they play decent. And Oklahoma's a decent squad as well. What do you think about Jacory? I mean, Jacory made plays, right? Jacory's Jacory. There's nothing he did today was surprising. I mean, he's the best receiver on the squad, in my opinion. But also, Nyziah Hunter had a really good day. I mean, Nyziah once again shined. Some Do you think we're going to be ranked next week? No, we will not be ranked next week. Nope. And we shouldn't be ranked. We shouldn't be ranked just yet. Dougie says, my question is, how do we keep TJ from transferring? Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. I mean, you keep TJ from transferring by letting him know, hey, what's going to happen? Like letting him know the game plan. And when Dylan's gone in 2027, you're the guy. You're going to be the starter. Okay. So you got to make that very clear to him that this is going to be his path. And also, you got to pay him some money. You got to pay him money. That's the sport nowadays, right? Akron left 17 points easy on the board. It was egregious. Yep, I agree with you. Yep. Like it probably shouldn't have been a shutout today. It probably shouldn't have been. We got lucky from time to time, but I mean that's football, right? The better team gets lucky, right? Iowa gets lucky all the time. The reason why Iowa gets lucky is sometimes it's because you make your own luck, right? But Iowa didn't make their own luck today because they lost. They lost, which I was very, very happy to see. Underwood looked below average. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Again, I was not impressed by Underwood last week. I thought Underwood really struggled against, I believe it was, now I'm forgetting who they played. Fresno State, maybe? Why am I forgetting who they played? Was it Fresno State? Anyways, they played somebody last week, and I was watching the game. Oh, New Mexico. It was New Mexico. Anyways, and I didn't think Underwood played very good. Okay, he's a true freshman. He's figuring it out. But I'm going to tell you this: when he comes to Lincoln, that's going to be a tough adjustment. That's going to be a very tough adjustment. Again, if he played like that on the road against Oklahoma, it's not going to get much better. I'll tell you that. In a matter of 2 weeks. Were you surprised Jacory took as many snaps as he did? Yeah, I was. I wasn't. I did think he was going to get out of the game a little bit earlier, going into the second half. I thought he was going to absolutely get out of there, but I mean he's a competitor, and I think at the end of the day, even if Jacory wasn't 100% healthy, he was not going to let Matt Rule take him out. So yeah, he's a competitor at heart. So again, it's not a big deal. He didn't get re-injured, so I mean for as long term, would have rather probably had him go out pretty early on, but it is what it is. Randy. Okay, this guy. Let's get to this comment, Randy. What are we saying here? Akron is not as bad as Whitman says. First off, get the last name right, my man. Okay, Randy, get the last name right. It's right there. It's right there. And then he says, "Geez, they always play big teams every year, and they got decent talent." Dude, my man. Akron won 4 games last year. The year before that, they won 2 games. Akron is consistently one of the worst teams in FBS football, and Akron, once again, will probably only win 2 or 3 games this year. Okay, Akron's a bad team. We don't have to sugarcoat this, Randy. We do not have to lie. We don't have to sit here and say that Akron's going to make a bowl game and they're going to win 8 games. They're going to be a competition for the MAC. You don't have to lie, Randy. You don't have to lie. Okay. I know we've had some drinks tonight, Randy. Again, I'm not discrediting this win. It was a great win, but we also have to understand we didn't play the greatest team in the world. Two things can't be true, Randy. Randy, go to bed, my man. Go to bed. Go to bed, Randy. Randy, come on. It's too late with these antics, my man. Nickel says, been unlucky forever. Finally, time to have good luck. Absolutely, man. But once again, you make your own luck. The reason why we were so unlucky under Scott Frost and Mike Riley wasn't necessarily because we were just unlucky. I mean, part of it was just being unlucky, but also, again, you make your own luck through the preparation, through your talent, through your coaching. You make your own luck because you've seen everything. You're ready for these situations. So, listen, Matt Rule, again, that's some credit to him. It's credit to what he does. Let's see here. Arkansas Husker fan, what's up, man? Hold it down in Arkansas. Kansas. He says, I'm here to see what the take on Ives was tonight. Sorry if I missed it. Yeah, we talked about Ives a little bit earlier. Again, I thought Ives played well. I was very much impressed with Ives. And this is coming from somebody who I'm harsh on Ives from time to time. Because again, in order to be running back too, I believe you need to play to a certain standard. So the coaching staff, when they were like pettering out all the stuff in spring ball, saying, "Oh, Quinn Knight is going to be this great running back too," I'm definitely skeptical. So for him to have a good day today, like I was very much impressed. Again, it was only 3 carries, right? 3 carries for 30 yards, but so again, he still looked pretty good. So again, I want to see definitely bigger usage from next week. Again, I want to see him probably get upwards of 10 carries next week for Houston Christian. No question about it. No question about it. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? He says, "What do you think about Rex Guthrie?" I thought he played well. I thought he played well. He had a strong fall ball. He was somebody that nobody was talking about. I was not talking about him. I was hearing nothing about Rex Guthrie, and he kind of came on the scene. So I was impressed by him. But at the same time, we also have to acknowledge if Deshaun Singleton were to ever come out of the ball game and Rex Guthrie were to come in, it's a huge step down. It's a huge step down, and it's a noticeable step down. So while Rex played good, he's not good enough to give him significant snaps in a close ball game, right? Okay, he's not that good just yet. What do you think about the refs tonight? They missed so many easy calls. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, yeah, the refs were very good. There were a couple plays Nebraska had that were called back, like there's a block in the back very early on. So again, they were calling these tic-tac penalties, but at the same time, again, well, I'm not going to complain about it. We won 68-0, right? Like I was just kind of sitting there enjoying the game. I think a lot of people like to freak out about the refs all the time, especially in the stadium. Like people were in the stadium booing the refs, flipping off Akron, booing Akron. Like guys, I, I had the mindset going to this ball game that we were going to win by 70, and that's exactly what we did. So I'm not going to freak out when the refs have a bad call. It doesn't change the outcome of the game. It doesn't change what we're doing. So again, were they at? Were they great? I mean, no, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it didn't impact us. It didn't impact the score. So I'm not mad. We covered. We had hit the over, I believe. We did everything right. So still think we could beat UCLA. I mean, UCLA looks pretty bad. So I did predict us to lose to UCLA. That was my hot take. I had to have one hot take in my record prediction. And I might as well stick to it. I might as well stick to it. I think UCLA is going to be a tough game. I really do. I do think it's going to be a tough game. Just because it's tough. It's tough going into that environment, going to the West Coast. Well, we don't know what it's going to look like. We're playing. I can't remember who we're playing the week before. It's the game before bye week, so we might be sleepwalking going into it. Like, there's a lot of factors. We don't know what the team's going to look like at that point in time. So it's tough. It's tough to say. My man Blake, appreciate the super chat. He says, "My guy, been watching you for a bit now. Go great." Blake, I appreciate my man. Thank you for supporting the chat. Thanks for rocking with me. Blake Moore, hope you have a great night. I hope you celebrate this dub effectively, as we all should. As we all should, man. And this is the spiel I give all the time, right? Like, we can sit here and say, it was only Akron. I'll do my fair share of saying that. Like, Akron's not a very good team. But we know one thing as Nebraska fans. We know one thing. Wins don't come easy. In college football and the Big Ten in general, wins do not come easy. So whether you get a win versus Akron or Penn State, celebrate them all the same. They're all very, very, very sweet. And in this instance, it's incredibly sweet because we won in a shutout. I cannot tell you the last time we shut out a team. We won by 68 points. I cannot tell you the last time we put up 68 points. We dominated all three phases of the ball game. We had a block kick. We had a nice return in there by Jacory. But we did everything well, right? There's just nothing that we can complain about. So I just give the spiel every time, like, just enjoy every win. Enjoy every win because we know as Nebraska fans, they aren't perfect. We aren't perfect, and we're going to lose some. So you got to enjoy every single one because they're hard. They're hard to come through. My man Emerson says Michigan State got a 2 overtime victory. That's crazy, man. Again, I think Michigan State might be a little bit of a tougher game than people are giving it credit for too. Like, again, they got Ian Childs, who's a dynamic quarterback. They got Nick Marsh, who's a great wide receiver. They got a solid running game. So Michigan State might be tough, man. That might be a tough game. Minnesota, what happened there was like 56-0 first half. I mean, they played like the worst team ever. Northwestern State. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke, man. We had one sack by the second string defense. We did have 5 TFLs. Yeah, that's good. I think, Tim, how many sacks do we have total? I believe it was 3 or 4. Again, that was not what I was looking for. Like, I was definitely aiming for about 8 today with how bad Akron's offensive line is. Like, Ben Finley's a mobile quarterback, but he's not like super mobile, right? Like, we could have brought him down a little bit more. So like, if there's anything that I'm taking away from this game that I'm disappointed with, it was definitely the pass rush, and that's not something that's too exciting about anything because we need to have it down to pass rush in order to be successful this year. But I mean, if you guys have watched the videos all offseason long, you shouldn't be surprised, right? That's been the big concern. Like, can we have a good pass rush? It didn't look like that all offseason long, and it doesn't look like that now. So that's the only thing I'll say. Again, we keep getting questions about TJ Lateef. We've talked about TJ, man. We talked about TJ. Again, it'll be hard to keep TJ here. Again, you just got to pay up. You got to pay up. First shutout since the 2009 Holiday Bowl. Man, that's absolutely ridiculous. I was 3 years old. I was 3 years old. So that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Nebraska hasn't scored 60 since 1997. Who was that game against? Who was that game against? Dad, do you know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Somebody. That's crazy though. I mean, we broke a lot of records today. We broke a lot of records, and that's how you should. That's exactly. I'm just happy that we took care of business in the fashion that we should. Okay. Because again, too many times when we're playing these bum teams, we just struggle and we look sloppy. We have penalties. We keep it a close game and we win by 30. And 30 is a great win. Don't get me wrong, but when you play these terrible MAC teams, you should beat them as badly as we beat them today. So that's what I'm happy about. We finally beat a team as bad as we should. Right? That's what I'm happy about. So we'll like to see more of Ives as our hammerback. I agree with you. I want to see a lot more of Ives. I want to see a lot more of Ives. Arizona State lost today, says John. I think, yeah, did they lose? Because I saw they were down, I want to say 17-0. Did they end up losing? That's crazy. That's crazy. Mississippi State's terrible, too. Like, Mississippi State's not a very good team. So that says a lot about the Big 12. The Big 12 is a garbage conference. We already knew that, though. We already knew that.
We already knew that. I have faith for the Michigan game. It's going to be tough, but we are at home. Michigan also has a true freshman, and their head coach got suspended. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot more faith going to Michigan than I did a couple days ago, right? But again, they still have a lot of talent. They still have a lot of talent. They still have a great running back in Justice Hayes. They still have a great offensive line. Their defense looks reloaded. So did they lose today? Yeah, they lost today. And did their quarterback look awesome? No, but again, he's still very talented. And Dylan wasn't a great, Dylan wasn't a great quarterback, in his second game. So neither was Bryce. And Bryce is going to make a step back. So again, or he's going to take a step forward. So again, I'm not. I'm still very very more worried about Michigan, despite the fact that they lost today. Dawson Merritt looked rough. Yeah, I wasn't like very impressed with Dawson. I think he's undersized. That's why I'm a little bit surprised that Dawson's playing as much as he is. Like he's undersized, and they're also playing him at the wrong position. Like Dawson Merritt's a jack. They're playing him at like middle linebacker right now. So number one, he's at the wrong position. Number two, he's not big enough, right? So if I were them with Dawson, like I'd be okay with redshirting him. Like Dawson's a great talent. He's gonna have a great career here. But at this point, I mean, he's a little too raw, a little too raw. Put it at that. Utah's good, man. I don't. Who are they playing? I don't even know. I don't know who they're playing. They had a great week last week, though. I know that. But what's the score? Yeah, I can't check any scores right now. I'm live. I'm live. K State lost to Army. You're kidding. You're kidding. Well, I mean, I'm not. That's okay. I got to think about that. I want to say I'm not surprised, but I definitely am. Because again, K State almost lost to North Dakota last weekend. That was terrible. But at the same time, Army lost at an FCS school. So I'm thinking, okay, Army's terrible. That's crazy. K State, and Chris Keelan, I feel terrible for him, but he's going to get fired, dude. He's going to get fired because they're literally going to win two games at this rate. They're going to win two games. I mean, that's just terrible. Yeah, that's awful. I saw this crazy post, and this now lives up to this. You guys want to hear this. Okay, Chris Keelan at Kansas State is on the exact same trajectory as Scott Frost. Okay, they lose the game in Ireland. Then the very next week, they barely beat North Dakota. That sound familiar? And then in the week three, they lose. They lose to a group of four or the group of five school, and then he gets fired. So I don't know. I don't think Chris Keelan is going to get fired over the bye week, over the next week. But still, man, like that, he's on the same trajectory as Scott Frost. So that's crazy. You weren't disappointed in red zone offense. I mean, I absolutely was disappointed with it in the first quarter, but they fixed it very early on. Like it was perfect after that. So yeah, it was perfect after that. Hold on. Somebody said something about the Big 12. I'm trying to get to it. My comment section just messed up. Big 12 is not a garbage conference. Arizona State is replacing a lot. Yeah, man, come on. We don't have to lie. We don't have to lie. The Big 12 is awful, man. It's awful. I mean, literally, the best team in the Big 12 would not be the fifth best team in the Big 10 or the fifth best team in the SEC. I don't. Who even is the best team in the Big 12? It probably is Utah. It probably is Utah. Or Iowa State. I don't think Iowa State's that good. I think Iowa State just hasn't played anybody good. So I would say Utah is the best team in the Big 12. Utah would not be any of the five best teams in the Big 10. So, nah, the Big 12 is a terrible. The Big 12's not good. They're not good. They can't compete. I really wish Tyler Nack's better because he's one of the coolest guys on the team. I agree with you, man. Tyler Nack's a G, man. He's a really nice guy. He helps a lot with recruiting too. Yeah, he's not very good, but I mean, he's a great. I think he's a solid depth piece, and that's really all you can ask for sometimes. Dayton Ryle will never start for us. I mean, and that's not surprising. I mean, Dayton's not like really good. I mean, he's not very good. That's just the problem with him, right? I mean, he's a developmental piece. If Dayton Ryle is starting meaningful games here, probably means we're not a very good program. Because like we have, and it's not only because of Dayton, but it's also because of the talent we got here. Like we got Trey coming in, we got TJ. Like if Dayton somehow starts, it means those other guys probably flopped, and that's not very good. Not a very good sign for us, man. Watching trying to pour game tonight. I mean, I thought he was swarming to the football. I mean, well, only one tackle. Yeah, it doesn't look great in the box sheet. Holy crap! But I thought, like from a film standpoint, he was getting on some tackles. So I thought he played. He had a better game than what he did against Cincinnati. And also, he didn't play that much, especially in the second half. Like, they took him out pretty early on. They put a lot of depth pieces in the defense pretty quickly. Like the offense stayed out there a long time, but the defense starters they stayed out there a lot longer for whatever reason. I don't know why, or a lot shorter, I should say. A lot shorter. Come on, man. Be for real. LSU is likely making the cultural playoff and predicting us to beat them where we actually playing a bowl game. Man, that was my prediction. That was my prediction like 2 months ago. You can't hold me to that. You can't hold me to that. Hey, LSU can still only win 9 games. I don't know if LSU's gonna make the playoffs. We're out here, throwing generalizations out there. I mean, I could very well see LSU only end up winning 9, with West playing them in a bowl game. So I'm gonna stick with I'm sticking with my prediction. We're playing LSU. We're playing LSU. I'm sticking with my prediction. Why not? Lateef is the truth, says Joe. I mean, yeah, he's a stud, man. He's a stud. Carl Nelson isn't playing much. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know why Carl Nelson isn't playing much. I don't know. Wait, you can be held accountable for any prediction. Just don't make them by guessing. I'm not guessing. I mean, I predicted LSU as a bowl game. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with LSU as a bowl game. Why not? Why not, man? I believe it. I believe it. I don't know if LSU's a lock to make the playoffs. I don't know. I'm going to stick with it. Like if I make a prediction, that's one thing I'll do on this channel. Like if I make a prediction, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna if it's wrong, it's wrong, but I'm gonna stick with it. All right, I'm not gonna hide. So that's one thing about YouTube. I'll make content every day. If I get something wrong, I'll be here. Right? I'll be here the next day, and I gotta talk about it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. LSU only beat Clemson, who struggled with Troy today, and Louisiana Tech by 2 touchdowns. Yeah, again, I'm not sold on LSU. I'm not sold on them, and they play a tough schedule in the SEC, right? So it's tough. Terry says, I thought the subs looked really hungry. Yeah, man. Again, the subs played well. The true freshmen played well. The true sophomores played well. I mean, all across the line. I thought everybody who came in, played some significant snaps. They all played very well. Like, there wasn't a depth piece I thought was not adequate to being on the field, right? Like, there really wasn't. So I thought everybody was impressive. Even David Hoofkin, Steve Sipple's favorite player, David Hoofkin got some snaps. I thought he looked good. So. Officially, we had 728 yards. Is that official, Chris? I know we had like 450 passing yards. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't. Are you sure? Is that including kick returns though? That's crazy. Let me know. That's nuts. That's nuts. J- John says, "How good is our secondary?" I mean, I think our secondary is probably. I shouldn't say I think I know. I know our secondary is top 5 in the Big Ten. It could very well be top 3. It's a very good secondary. And that's credit again to John Butler. Like, and that's what I told you guys in the offseason. Like, if there's one thing I trust John Butler of doing, it's scheming up and developing the secondary because that's his bread and butter. That's his MO, right? I'm not as confident about John Butler, with the blitz packages, with the situational play calling, with the defensive line in general. That's the struggle. That's the thing I'm not as confident about when it comes to JB. But what I know when it comes to JB is how good he is as a secondary coach. So now that he's our defensive coordinator, I know he's going to scheme up great when it comes to the secondary. We got Addison Williams too. So yeah, I feel great about secondary. Central Florida's 2-0. Scott Frost on cloud 9. That's crazy. Who they beat today? I don't have no idea who they beat today. I was not paying attention too much because I was on the game. But I know they played Jacksonville State, or yeah, they played Jacksonville State week 1. Barely beat them. Florida lost to UCF, yeah, or USF. Yeah, that was crazy. Again, this goes back to, and I always look at things through the recruiting lens. CJ Brana, why did you flip to Florida, man? Why did you flip to Florida? Why? Why? To win football games, your head coach is going to be fired in literally a day. I mean, they're probably raising money to get his buyout out there. So if I'm Nebraska, that's what I'm giving a call on. I'm calling CJ Brown and getting back in this recruiting class. K-State is 30 seconds of one play away from being 0-3. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they should have lost to North Dakota. If North Dakota got a first down with like 2 minutes left to go, they would have lost. Or K-State would have lost. So, yeah, K-State's terrible, man. Again, the Big 12 is terrible. We don't have to sugarcoat it. The Big 12 is not good. Our secondary hasn't been tested yet. I mean, you're right. You're right. But still, what they did, even though we played terrible receiver course the last 2 weeks, limiting an opposing passing attack to like 50 receiving yards is crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, even though they're playing terrible teams, they're still. I mean, they're dominating to a level we've never seen before. So I mean, yes, you can be right. You're right, but at the same time, you also have to acknowledge that they're playing great. So, but I agree, the real test will be against Michigan for sure. Ross, love this. Holy, this is crazy. I might have to mention this in tomorrow's video. Nebraska held Akron to 1 of 14 third down conversions. That is crazy. That should give you confidence about this defense. To anybody who's doubting the defense, and I still have my questions, don't get me wrong, but that's a great stat. Okay. The efficiency sometimes is the most important thing. Can you get stops in third downs and can you get stops in the red zone? That Nebraska did both today. So that's a great stat, Ross. It's awesome. What concessions did you eat today? I only ate a hot dog. Only ate a hot dog. I'm not trying to eat a bunch of stuff at the games. And also the price. I mean, you guys see the prices at these sporting events nowadays, man. To get like a hamburger, it's like $10. It's crazy, and that's only to get a hamburger. It's only to get a hamburger. So I only ate that. Yeah. But again, I'll tell you this though: the beer they're selling beer in the stadium now, and I'm telling you, I mean, you can barely walk in the stadium because there's people everywhere in lines for concessions. It's nuts. Like I don't think Troy Dane or anybody thought that through because you literally cannot walk through the stadium because everybody's sitting in line to go get some. Like my dad went and got like some food to start the second quarter, and he was not back literally until halftime. He was out there for about 30, 40 minutes getting food because those lines are ridiculous. So again, if you're going to games this year, just know you better eat some food beforehand, unless you want to stay in line for about 40, 30 minutes, right? To get your beer and get your whatever, right? Just know that. I'm giving you a friendly heads up. Friendly heads up. Most points I've ever seen a score in a lifetime. Me too, man. That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's exactly how it should be, though. The same thing I told you guys versus Colorado. This is exactly how it should be. Get used to it. Right? We should always beat teams like this as bad as what we did. Right? Oh, were Nebraska fans all drunk like they were in KC? Nah, Nebraska fans are okay today. Yeah, they were crazy in KC, man. Like everybody was drunk. But I think it was because in KC they were tailgating literally all day because they had nothing to do all day. But today it was a lot more cordial. It was a lot more cordial. People were not out there doing nefarious activities like they were in Kansas City. Will they let you hold the hot dog slinger sometime? No, man. No, they're not, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want. I'm always trying to get those hot dogs though. They never throw to me. They never throw to me for whatever reason. They never let me have any. Need more beer tents? Yeah, they need a lot more. Like and they don't. The interior Memorial Stadium is always messed up. I will say this: every offseason I see here on the channel and I say we don't need any stadium renovations. All our money should go to NIL. And then when I actually go to games, I'm like, okay, maybe we do need some renovations because the stadium is kind of falling apart. There are some big issues with it. This game should have helped with visiting recruits. Absolutely, it could. Yeah, I wish we didn't have any 26 recruits there, but we had a bunch of 27s. We had a bunch of 5 stars there. So yeah, hopefully it helped. Hopefully it did. Hopefully it did. Back in the comment section here. Okay, cleared the flags. Yeah, they did not. The only I gave them a very lofty challenge, and I said have 0 flags, have 0 penalties, and we definitely did not live up to that. I think we had like 4 or 5 today, so that's not phenomenal. But at the end of the day, I mean, we still won by 70. I just don't want to nitpick all these small things because we won and we dominated. Right? What recruits were there? We had a 5 star offensive lineman, Albert Simeon. We had a 5 star receiver in the 27 class. Forget his name. We had a 5 star edge rusher, KJ Green there. So all these guys are 27 recruits, but we had a bunch of them. And then we had a 5 star offensive lineman in the class of 28. So a lot of guys down the road, but no 26 guys. Wilson, what player impressed you the most today? Well, I mean, Cade played well. Cade Petchock, yeah, I mean, he was awesome. To see him as a true freshman have that type of performance, hopefully he can provide depth as the year goes on. So he's number one. Number two, again, Nyziah had a great day. I think Nyziah might be even our receptions and receiving leader this year. Number three, I mean, this entire secondary, I thought Hartzog was lights out. Hartzog was lights out. He had a great day. He didn't have a tackle today, but Hartzog, I don't know if he got targeted once. Hartzog had a really good performance, which I was good. I was glad to see. And then I mean, TJ Lateef, man. I was very excited to see TJ. So, did you see Lindenmeyer propose to his girlfriend after the game? Whole team was hyping him up. Yeah, I did not see that. That's awesome, though. That is awesome. I dipped. I dipped when it hit the 2 minute timeout. I left because I had to get on live. But that is awesome, man. So, shout out to Luke Lindenmeyer, man. Great player, and great dude, man. That's awesome. I love to hear that, though. Hawkeyes play UMass, Rutgers. Oh, yeah, they have a tough schedule. After these next couple games, what do I predict? I mean, let's roll through it. I mean, they're 1-1 right now. They'll beat UMass, so that's two. They'll beat Rutgers. They'll lose to Indiana. They'll beat Wisconsin. Lose to Penn State. I'll say they'll lose to Minnesota. Lose to Oregon. Lose to USC. Beat Michigan State. I mean, I have four right now. No, I don't think they go 4-8, but maybe 5-7, maybe 5-7. I just don't think Iowa's not any good this year. They again, their quarterback is horrendous. I don't know if you guys saw him today. Gronowski is awful, and I hope he stay. I hope they. The tough thing about Iowa is because you never know what their team's going to look like if we end up playing because we played them last week of the year. Gronowski might be benched by then, right? And their backup quarterback could be lights out. You never know. So, but I think they'll probably win 5 or 6. Singleton had a great game. Yeah, Singleton played well. I thought again, secondary entirely played well. Sear played well. Marquez Buford played well. All of them played well. Michigan State won second overtime today. I mean, that's great for them. I mean, Boston College isn't a very good team, but great for them to get that victory. But again, they're improved. They got talent. It's gonna be a tough game, especially in the Big Ten. Winery was quiet today. I mean, people are saying that, but I thought Winery played all right. Like he was the only guy who could get pressures today. So I mean, although it didn't show up on the stat sheet, I thought he was getting pressures constantly. Don't think David Sanders played a snap today. We got to start recruiting him back to Lincoln. He's banged up. I know that. He's banged up a little bit. So that's why he's not playing, I think. He's banged up. It's a shame Archie couldn't get a punt off in front of his parents. Oh, I didn't even know his parents were at that game. That is nuts. Yeah, that's too bad. That is too bad. But we should have had an honorary punt at the end of the game for Archie. No, it's funny though. They do the before the games, they do like the starting lineups, right? And they go through every player and everybody cheers, right? And obviously Dylan Riley got the biggest cheer, but the second most cheered player was Archie Wilson, which is nuts. So shout out to Archie. Shout out to my man. Iowa fans were burning Gronowski jerseys. Yeah, that's crazy. He's terrible. I don't know why they paid him as much money as they did. Like it wasn't too shocking that he's as bad as he is. I mean, to make that jump from the Big Ten from where he was to FCS football to the Big Ten is crazy. He's awful. He can't complete passes. I mean, he can't do the basics. He's awful. After today, with what happened with Michigan and Oklahoma and how we did today, what do you think Week 4 looked like right now? I mean, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, what the Michigan result doesn't change anything to me. Like they played a very good team, and we didn't play a very good team. Like we played a bad team, they played a good team. So in my eyes, Michigan's still more talented than us. In my eyes, Michigan still has a lot better players than us in a lot of certain positions, like the O line, D line, running back. It'll be a dogfight, and we got to exploit the fact they got a true freshman quarterback and they got a head coach who's not going to be coaching that game. So again, I still think we're going to lose a close one, but I can very well see anything. I'm not going to predict that necessarily just yet. But again, it'll be a rock fight. It'll be a rock fight. Like it'll be sloppy. It'll go down to probably the last possession. I know that for a fact. 3 more years of Quinton, what a good thing to have. That is nice. That is nice. Michigan will likely beat us. I agree. I think again, I respect Michigan a lot. I think they're a good program with a lot of talent. So I'm not going to sit here and talk recklessly after beating Akron. Right? I'm not going to talk recklessly. I'll tell you that. Daniel says, "What were we doing on the last play of the game?" Yeah, I have no idea. I was not watching the last play of the game. I got out of there with 2 minute timeout, so I did not see the last play of the game. I did not see any of the Gramstad drive, so I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. What round can Emmett go in? I think Emmett's a solid fifth or fourth rounder. Fifth or fourth round. I think that's pretty solid. It's tough for the running backs in the NFL. You got to be pretty much elite to go in the first 2 rounds. I mean, you got to be Amir Abdullah levels, right? So I don't think he's there just yet. But again, I could see him go the fourth or fifth. Maybe not this year, but next year. So it'll be tough. It'll be tough. I'm going to the Michigan game. Yeah, Michigan game's gonna be nuts, dude. The crowd's gonna be crazy. I'll be there as well. Graham said didn't do much. Well, I mean, granted, he had one drive with 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. We were trying to milk the clock at that point, right? So I mean, he wasn't asked to do too much. We were going to go on down there and score a touchdown. I'll tell you that. That would have been a bad look for us. It was a bad look that we didn't kneel it out. We should have just kneeled it out. We didn't do that. I don't know why. UCLA lost to UNLV. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, they're 0-2. I feel bad for them. I believed in UCLA. I thought they were going to break out. I was wrong. I was wrong. I don't. They got talent there. They do. Like it's not that they're not talented enough. I mean, their quarterback's good enough. Their running back play is good enough. They got talent. They don't got the coach. That's what I'm starting to think. That's what I'm starting to think. But Michigan quarterback and running back were starting to fight each other. Yeah, I saw some about that. I haven't seen the video, but I saw some about that. So I want to see the video after I get off of here. But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, culture issues maybe. I don't know. Culture issues maybe. All right, guys, we have been going for about an hour. I'm starting to lose my voice. Put your final stuff in the comment section. It was a big victory, man. I mean, also hit that like button. Helps more people see this after we're done. Hit that like button. If you're someone watching this, you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You can put your final stuff in here. We'll get to it. But again, final thoughts about the game. This is how it should look, right? This is how it should look. Everybody enjoy the victory because again, we know as Nebraska fans, they don't come easy. They don't come easy, so we should enjoy every single one of them. Yeah, I mean, I was very impressed with everything. I mean, there's just nothing that I'm going to sit here and critique. Besides the pass rush, I was not impressed with the pass rush, but everything else was great. Everything else was great. Okay, last stuff in here. Lesson learned: don't be a greedy quarterback. You might end up being a loser. He talking about Bryce Underwood. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Says, what is something we should focus on facing Houston Christian? I mean, honestly, same thing we were looking at this week, right? Running back depth, pass rush. Maybe not the run stopping, but the pass rush specifically. Like how many sacks we have against Houston Christian. Um, Offensive line continuing to have big holes in the run game, and then making sure we're perfect on special teams. All that. But I think we look pretty good right now. Can you vlog the Michigan game? TBD. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The vlog is a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort, and I know it was a lot of fun making it, but it's a lot of effort. So I don't know. I don't know this shit. I'll let you know though. I will. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'm very much considering it. I'm very much considering it. Zach says, thanks for all the Husker content. Best Husker info online. Hey, I appreciate it, my man. Zach, have a great night. Appreciate all you guys, man. All you guys. No penalties. Yeah, that you're right. You are right. One thing we need to focus on next week. I challenge the team. I challenge Matt Rule. Everybody, every player. No penalties whatsoever. That is my challenge to everybody. That is my challenge to everybody. USC looks a lot better. Yeah, USC looks good, man. They look good. That'll be a tough game for sure. That'll be a tough game in Lincoln. We got some tough games in Lincoln. I think Iowa, Michigan, USC, and even Michigan State's going to be a little bit tough this year. So we got some tough games, but we're just getting started. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. 2-0 feels good. 2-0. We are undefeated. Everything's in front of us. It's a good feeling to have, man. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I'm happy we don't play Illinois this year. Same, brother. Same, brother. Illinois is a good program with a good coach and a lot of talent there and a good quarterback. I'll give them that. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. It's been cool rocking with you guys. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to go home and get some liquids in because my voice is gone. My voice is gone. I've been talking on the stream for about an hour, so I got to get out of here. So everybody enjoy your nights. Enjoy the rest of the games on. I don't know if there's any games on. There's probably a couple in here. UC Davis is probably playing Washington right now. So enjoy that game. Enjoy the NFL games tomorrow. Hey, let me know who you're rocking with. Who's your team? Who's your team? Let me know who you're rocking with this year in the NFL. You guys know me. I'm a big Washington guy. So hopefully my Commanders take it all the way. But I know probably a lot of Chiefs fans in here, right? A lot of Chiefs fans. Chiefs fans are probably not happy after yesterday's loss. I'll give them that. So enjoy the NFL. Enjoy all the football. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have a video that comes out probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Obviously going over the game. I'll rewatch a little bit of it tonight, and then we'll make a nugget episode tomorrow morning. So watch out for that one. All right, guys. Enjoy the NFL tomorrow. Enjoy everything. Have a good night, everybody. Hit that like button and subscribe. Go Big Red. Go Matt Roll. And I will see you in the next one.